Mr. Handy here today. Good morning. This is the second week of the year 8. This day we have the second week of the year 7. Okay, I think we have done a very good structure for you. Yeah, we have done a very good structure for you.
Yes. So divide, okay, not just write it like 3, divide by 2. Instead of writing 3, divide by 2, something like that. You also can be writing as 3 fraction, right? 3 out of 2. Is it?
Thank you for your patience. Okay. Thank you for your patience. This is the second week, and we are still testing on our devices, so it may take some time. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So this is a year 8 week 2 class, which is the first chapter of the year 8, which involve the plants. So we are pleased to have you here, and this is not a very detailed one because it's, my purpose is to bring you the concept of the syllabus, to guide you through the syllabus so that you know about the structure of the syllabus, and then you can further read some articles by yourself. You may look from internet, some YouTube, or you may ask your teacher in your school. If you're interested, I can recommend some of the teacher for you, okay, for the detailed tuition. Okay, just let me know, contact me. Thank you. So we are using this book. This is the chapter that we are going to, how plants grow, okay. So it's actually about 13 pages, but here I'm going to summarize it. I'm going to summarize it. So into one piece of the paper form so that it helps you to study. Okay, for example, okay, let me adjust it a bit. Okay, for example, okay, for this book, we need to learn about starch and the test of starch. We need to know about how to conduct the test. What is a starch plant, and then the effect on the carbon dioxide. So we have these two back, right? I will further explain it for you. And then what is oxygen about? Light, mineral, and how the water and mineral move from the root hair into the xylem and then came out from the leaf stomata. And then from this structure, I will not do this one today. Okay, but I will do some water test for you. This one I will be prepare another lecture for you. and we shall start now. Okay. So you can just snapshot, okay, screenshot this one, okay, so that, okay, you may have this one in your book, and I think this will summarize most of the syllabus. Okay, let's start. Today shouldn't be a long question, a long time. Okay. How plants grow? How plants grow? Year 8, week 2. Okay, so plant, okay, plant is from last week. Yesterday we know that it's a producer, autotroph producer, which means that it's a self-feeding one. Self-feeding means that they make their own food, okay, through a process called photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis. Synthesis means combining or making something. Photo is using light. Photo means light. Okay, so the plant actually does one work which is called photosynthesis. From the material we have two material. One material is carbon dioxide, and then the next material will be H2O, water, and their product will be this glucose. Glucose is a starch. Glucose, Glucose, and then oxygen we breathe. Okay, so this side is the material they use, and this side is the product. And the energy they use, okay, the plant use is called sunlight. Okay, sunlight. So here I prepared a test for you, okay? And to test the CO2, you may go to yesterday's class, okay? You can use either lime water, okay? Lime water, so that the CO2 will turn the lime water into a milky white. So in this book, we have two things to remember, okay? Okay, please note, okay? Number one is soda lime. Soda lime is used to absorb the carbon dioxide. Whereas sodium hydrogen carbonate is used to release carbon dioxide. Okay, so if I put sodium lime here and I try to use the plastic to cover it, okay, tightly, so most of the carbon dioxide will be absorbed by this soda lime, and then the environment here will be without carbon dioxide. It means that if without carbon dioxide, that means this plant cannot do photosynthesis, as this material is absent. Even though we cannot cover so tightly, but it will definitely reduce carbon dioxide in this bag. On the other hand, sodium hydrogen carbonate, okay, you put here, then it will release a lot of carbon dioxide. Okay, and then the environment will be full of carbon dioxide. That means that the plant can use as many as the plants can, so that to produce more glucose and oxygen. Next material will be H2O. H2O here, H2O test, okay, also available in the yesterday's class, year 7, week 2. Okay, but today my focus is to introduce you a new term, which is called transpiration. Sometimes you may see this one is as evapotranspiration. Okay, that means that evaporation means that water from the soil go into the root hair and then go to the xylem and come out of the leaf through stomata. Okay, so if this is water, then come out should be water also. So if we put a test paper for water, okay, which is cobalt chloride paper, okay, the paper will turn pink. This is another test. Okay, so this test you need to remember, and sometimes the teacher will let you do two tests. One is put the paper under the leaf, which near to the stomata, and then another one put on the top of the leaf, which is no stomata, That means that the paper on the bottom of the leaf will turn pink, but not on the top one. Somehow, the question also sometimes may ask you, however, the top one also turn pink. Why? Yeah, and then you may answer, there's a water from the environment, or maybe it's raining, okay? Things to note that no energy is involved in this evapotranspiration from the leaf, okay? It is occur naturally, okay, as water potential, which is osmosis. That means the water will straight go in here and then come out from the leaf. In year 10 and 11, you will need to learn very deep about this. Okay, if the environment here is so wet, so the water from the leaf cannot come out. Okay, this is happened in the raining day, the season, and this is too hot. Oh, this is warm and hot, not too hot, warm. Okay, so the water, the water vapor is not so high concentrated, then the leaf, the water will come out from the leaf, and then this transpiration will happen. Besides that, okay, some mineral will also be attracted from the root hair to the to the plant, but the mineral is not without energy. Yeah, this one need energy. Okay, so in 1 cm square around this big, for my paper, okay, not for your screen, okay, 1 cm square, okay, usually they will contain of 500 root hair, okay, in this small place. So another condition to test is about aluminium, the sunlight. So we can easily test by using aluminium, which is opaque, it's not transparent, okay, to cover the one leaf, and then on the other hand, we use the transparent plastic to cover, and then after some time, we know that this leaf, there is photosynthesis happen here, but there's no photosynthesis happen on the leaf cover with aluminium, but there is photosynthesis happens on the leaf, with the leaf covered with a clear and transparent plastic. Okay, so how we need to know, how we know this happened. Okay, so if both the leaf, okay, already contained the grain starch, okay, so if already there, so we cannot test. It's not a fair test because this cover with aluminium also have the starch, and on the other hand, the clear plastic also contain the starch. So now we need to prepare a so-called de-starch plant. Okay, D means get rid of, no more. Okay, so how to get rid of the starch for the plant? The firstly is you need to keep the plant in 2 to 3 days. Okay, in the darkness. Okay, things we need to know is that even though okay, the plant can make their own food. Okay, they will store their food as the starch grain. Okay, in their leaf, in their root, and any part of their stems. Okay, and after they may use that after some time, and if we put the plant in the darkness for a few days, okay, since there's no new photosynthesis happens, so the starch will be consumed, will be used by the plant to survive. So after 2 to 3 days, the whole plant will be de-starched. That means no more starch available for use. Okay. Then only we start to test with the carbon dioxide test or with the sunlight test. Okay, we can test this plant. Okay, for example, starting with the de-starch plant means that both leaf is without a starch anymore. Okay, both leaf without starch. Both leaf without starch. Okay, so after you put the plant on the sunlight, under the sunlight, this clear plastic can produce some new starch from photosynthesis. However, the alumina cannot because it is without the sunlight. Same thing happened here. Okay, so if we put the soda lime, which is absorb all the carbon dioxide, that means there are only a little bit of carbon dioxide left. That means the material is not there. So this starch plant, that's why I draw it in the white color. Can you see inside? The starch plants will not produce starch through the photosynthesis, even though there's a light, but the carbon dioxide is not there. Okay. However, if we put sodium hydrogen carbonate, which produce a lot of carbon dioxide, then with the sunlight, the starch can be produced. Okay. So we need to learn about one new term which is called carbon sinks. Carbon sink. Okay. Sinks means now come to the bottom. Okay. Actually, our this is land. There are a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So the plant can catch the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and then make it right. For example, I draw potato. Okay, to make a potato plant here. See, can you see all this potato? These are the potato. Okay. So the potato are another form of carbon. You see, the starch is C6H12O6. This is another form of carbon. So from the carbon dioxide in the air becomes the starch in the food. Okay, so this is a carbon sink process. Okay, to test the glucose, to test the starch, not glucose. Okay. To test the starch, we need to use iodine test. Now, iodine, okay, will turn from yellow brown to blue black. Okay? However, if this is the potato slice, you can direct test to it. Okay, if this is a leaf, because of the cell wall and because of the green pigment chloroplast, okay, you cannot see the change of the blue black. So we need to do some steps before we test with the iodine. Number one is we boil with hot water to break the cell wall so that to soften the leaf. In your exam, it's not only the boiled, however, the teacher, the examiner will want you to write another word to break the cell wall here. And then you must okay, warm with the ethanol. Okay, so this is the test tube. You put the ethanol here and then a leaf here. Okay, you need to have one more beaker so that to warm this one. This is a warm water. Okay, warm water to warm it with the warm water. Okay, and then after you take out the leaf and rinse with water and put on white ceramic. Okay, test with the iodine. Lastly, we have another product which is called O2. So to test O2, how to collect? Okay, this is the apparatus to collect the O2. We may get any seaweed or pondweed, okay, any water plants. And then we have the funnel upside down, and then we have the test tube, okay, with the sunlight. But if without light, that means no oxygen produced. With light, that means there's a photosynthesis. So the gas will produced by these plants, which is O2. Okay, and then as the time goes on, this one will be gathered more and more. Okay, sometimes the test this apparatus will be used to test of the light also. If we're using the electrical supply light, okay, that means that the intensity sometimes we can have large intensity, we have small intensity, which means that we can move the light near and far from the apparatus set, and then we can test the the speed of the rate of the producing of the oxygen here. Okay, here I give you a summary of the test here also, which is the O2 test, oxygen test. If you're using a glowing spin, okay, this is test tube. Okay, once you take out the test tube, okay, this one is the O2 here. So if you bring in a growing one, growing, that means no flame one, okay. Once you immediately insert into the oxygen, okay, this glowing will be lighted. Oh, you can see the flame here already. Okay, so this is a test for the O2. Okay, we have the test for hydrogen as well. We will be learning that next time. Okay, so this is a very short one piece note for you. So you may learn and try to add your own details so that this note will be more complete. Okay, and drawing a piece of paper like this, okay, is very good because you can memorize easily. And I do teach tuition a lot using color and making notes like this. Okay, I hope that you can do it also. Okay, so again, I want to summarize it for you again. So the plant grow, okay, the grow and the plant make their own food. We call it the autotroph. A-U-T-O-T-R-O-P-H. Okay, and then the material they need is carbon dioxide and water. With the help of sunlight, and can you see the green color? The green pigment is the chloroplast, chlorophyll, okay, chloroplast. The green pigment, okay. The green pigment will help us to turn the light energy into the energy that we can consume, which is the starch. Okay? And we have the test for CO2, we have the test for O2, and then you have learned about transpiration. And then this is the way of making the starch plant, and to test for the starch, okay, starch also. We have this iodine test, and we have a test for you to do with the oxygen. Okay, that is very short course for today. I hope you enjoy this class. This is Mr. Handy Clement here. Hope you enjoy the class. This is year 8, week 2, how plants grow. Thank you for watching. See you later in year 8 math class, week 2. We will be learning negative number, surd, and multiple and factor. Thank you very much.